Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Good Work Show. We have another guest, and we've had guests for the last few weeks, but we have another guest who is a great Goodwill shopper, can find so many great things, and hopefully you all will learn some stuff from her because I want to learn some stuff from her. So, welcome to the show, Keturah Bashaar. Welcome so much to joining the Good Work Show. We're excited to have you. I know we work with you and our team works with you on so many things, but I'm going to let you talk about yourself, introduce yourself to our audience. Talk about what you do, why you love Goodwill. Like, let's hear all the things about Goodwill as you introduce
Absolutely.
yourself and tell us what you do.
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, thank you guys so much for even the opportunity. Um, Goodwill, I love Goodwill. My family loves Goodwill. Dare I say we do visit a Goodwill at least once a week. So we are very much so Goodwill supporters. Um, for me, I use Goodwill in terms of like their products, especially seasonal things, to do different makeup looks and different like themes. So I love it in that aspect. And like in home decor, I always find some really amazing pieces in that way. So I absolutely love Goodwill. And it provides a lot of different opportunities. When I first started out as a makeup artist, it was a balance between running my passion and doing that full time and still having to work in corporate America. And I actually use Goodwill as a resource in their jobs department to kind of make that balance. So Goodwill has, helped me in different areas. So yeah, I absolutely love Goodwill.
That's awesome. So,
Yeah.
talk to us a little bit about how you work with us. Like, share with everybody about kind of how you connect it with us. We're so excited to, we're, I don't know, we were probably late to the whole social media universe and the way that people interact with it, but now we're trying to hit the ground running and working with
Mhm.
some awesome influencers and folks like yourself. So talk to us a little bit about how that works and then also like how does that benefit you? Because quite honestly, we're going to use you to recruit some other folks to
Absolutely.
share the Goodwill story.
Absolutely. So, my first interaction with working with Goodwill was actually last year. So, this is my second year kind of doing it feels very annual to me. But my last year, I worked with the Halloween promo that you guys did. So, I created some really easy, beginner friendly looks based on some things that I was able to purchase from Goodwill, including some makeup and costume products, which I thought was amazing. Um, and I just kind of put all that together and came up with three simple looks. And then we did it again this year. And I can't wait to do it again next year. So yeah, that's pretty much how I work with Goodwill exclusively when it comes to like makeup.
Yeah. And I remember the Halloween from last year. It was so good. Like the videos were
Oh,
we
yeah.
had such great response to those. So I'm glad you were able to do it again for us because if you didn't see it, listeners or for those of you who are viewing, go back on our Instagram if you can and try to find it. But she did some amazing things just with like a really small palette of of
Yeah.
makeup, but you turned it into a whole just transformed your whole face with the look that you created. So it goes to show, and I think sort of what you've been talking about is that you can find things at Goodwill that maybe just like it may not even be as grand or as big or as expansive as you think you might need to create a
Hmm.
look or to do something in your home, but you can transform it into so
Right.
many different things. So are there like when you go Goodwill shopping, which we love that you and your family go like once a week. We fully support that.
Oh, yes.
But when you go Goodwill shopping, are you looking like tell us what your process is of what you're going in there for and how you shop? So I think a lot of people who aren't shoppers or haven't been in a Goodwill in a while, they don't know. So they get in there and they're like, "Hey, what do I do? Should I I'm not sure where to start." So do you have things and suggestions and sort of a guide map of like how you do it?
So personally, yes, I feel like I'm very organized when I go into Goodwill, and now I'm just I always go, so I know what to expect. But for me, I would say Goodwill is one of those thrift stores that is always organized, which I love. So everything is always in its proper section. So the first thing I'm always checking out is the furniture and home decor. What pieces and finds can I find? I love I forget the exact name or how you guys market it, but the products that like are unopened and those kind of different type of products, I always check the end caps for those. Because I always want, something new, what's going on, what's the theme, what's the season. So those are probably my first two stops. But like I said, everything is so organized that if I'm in the mood for something, I know exactly where to go in most stores. So that's really what I love the most about it.
Nice.
That's
Okay.
awesome. So you're doing definitely the makeup artist, because I was actually looking before we went live. I was like, your makeup is beautiful. So you're doing that. You said you have the home decor. So is this all stuff that you share as well on your social? Are you branching more into the home decor stuff, or are you sticking more with makeup? Are those things that you're branching out and doing as you kind of dig in a little bit more?
Absolutely. So I will stick with my strengths. I just happen to find really good pieces. My mom is more of the decorator of the family, so their house is very much, I mean, she finds all the amazing pieces. But me personally, I just find really good stuff, and I'm not a decorator by any means, but my living room is straight up Goodwill. So it just happens to work out. So no, I'm not really branching off into decor. I really stick to my strength. But makeup wise, like these different themes and these different projects that I may have may require me to like dress from, the top up. And so finding little pieces or finding things that may not even be like taking a chiffon from a shirt and turning that into a headpiece, like little things like that is more the things that I look forward to than like decor. Yeah, I just stick to my strengths in that department.
That's a great thing. And I think that's something, to think about to complete a look and using resources. So, if you are doing something, I kind of like when you said that, it made me think about what is it? Is it the dinner en blanc where everybody goes and they're all wearing white? So then it's like, oh, what can I use to make like a
Mm-hmm.
headpiece or a fascinator to go with, whatever. And those are all kinds of things that, yes, you can always find in Goodwill.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely.
Cool. Well, okay. So what are you, if we had to ask you, Couture, what your top three like of all time finds that you found at Goodwill?
Mm-hmm.
If you could think of them like your favorites of all time. Well, actually, we didn't even have to ask. We had another guest on who's an avid Goodwill shopper and influencer, and she
Mm-hmm.
actually was like, "Oh, let me just show you."
Show you.
So she had her favorites. So
Uh-huh.
as you as an avid Goodwill shopper, I know you probably have some favorites
Oh,
or some
absolutely.
most exciting times or finds that you came across. So I'd love for you to share those with the audience.
So in the makeup side of things, I think my favorite finds, I don't have them right in front of
Yeah.
me, but from last year's Halloween look, the fake blood or the imitation blood, that was like a top find for me for like special effects. But the other two pieces would probably be decor, even though like decor is not my strength. I found a cowhide rug that is just huge and beautiful and like an authentic piece, and I found like an extension to my couch, like a little chase, like a leather chase, and I was like, those two, I mean, it really just sets the room, it sets the tone. So those are probably like my favorite finds there.
Nice.
Hmm.
Awesome. Alrighty, so before we go, make sure you share with everyone your social handles.
Yes. So in the beginning, we introduced me as Keturah Bashaar, and although, yes, that is my name, I do go by KulturesKouture in the beauty world and industry. So all of my social handles are KulturesKouture, and that's KulturesKouture. So the main socials that I use are TikTok and Instagram. And so we're just kind of building from there. So I'm really excited to see how that grows. But those are my socials.
Well, all right. Well, audience, make sure that you follow her. Make sure you like all her stuff, especially the stuff about Goodwill, but all her stuff. And if you bump into her at any one of our stores, you could actually ask her, hey, makeup tips, home decor tips, especially if she's shopping with her mom. Like you've got, because maybe we need to be talking to your mom about the home decor. I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe there's a whole nother section of influencer that we've got to see your mom's house, because it sounds amazing. But we just appreciate you and appreciate your love for Goodwill and coming on the show and sharing some of your tips and some of your finds with us. And we just wish you all the best in the new year, and hope you have some great finds. And we will take back to our team that keep the stores organized, because that's one of the ways that Keturah is going to come in, and she's going to shop till she drops. So we got to do our part in this.
Yes. And more to come with the collaboration with Goodwill, more to come. It's always ideas and things that I'm thinking about. So definitely more to come in the new year's. And I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Stay tuned for a recap of this episode.
Well, that was great catching up with Keturah. I'm so glad. This is the first time I actually met her. Well, I was going to say met her in person, but
well, yeah.
But and
also have seen her like face.
Yes, because she creates these really cool makeup looks. You all have to see it. Like she did the what was the one it's one of those Marvel character things with the, anyway, I don't know all the superhero, like the Marvel, like whatever, but she did it with like the makeup. I remember last year it was so good. And it looked like, I mean, now of course the video was edited, but it looked like it took her 2 seconds to do it.
Okay, I'm gonna venture to guess that's not true.
I know, but it looked like she said it was an easy one.
Yeah, she did say it was beginner. So she does great stuff, and we're going to keep working with her. But the cool thing is, for the holidays, and I think for every holiday, and that's something that we've been working on at Goodwill for at least the last few years, that really being intentional about seasonality and holidays, and having the new goods that also support the donated items. So so just for clarification, when Keturah was talking about like the makeup, those are new goods that we offer right around Halloween. Because what we're trying to do is to support, so folks come in and have for years, and probably will forever, come in to look for unique Halloween costume ideas at Goodwill. Like you find the clothing, you might find some housewares or whatever to put together a costume. Right. And we knew that. So we said, well, how can we make this a one-stop shop? So let's get you the makeup. Let's get some wigs. Let's get maybe a couple of little accessories for most common costumes. So you can put all of those things together very cost effectively right at Goodwill. So just to clarify that the makeup is brand new, sealed, and we're not necessarily talking about donated makeup in that instance, but it goes to show, like, if you do find all those other pieces, you can get that one last little finishing thing at Goodwill. But we do that for, a lot of holidays. So like if you're going in around this time of year, you may see, as the holiday stuff out, and you go in after the new year, you may see some stuff that'll help you with your New Year's resolutions or, whatever. So keeping that in mind for certain times of year as we're focusing on certain things, I think, just remember, you can always come to Goodwill.
That's right. Yeah.
All right.
Well, good. Well, all right. Well, it was great catching up with her, like we said, and we look forward to bringing you some more shows in 2023.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone.